Alright. So let's check the audio muna,
Alright.
no? So let's check the audio muna, no? Yon, may nag-echo, so dinig tayo. Alright, so welcome back again on our live market review. So hope you guys had a wonderful week. And let's go and jump in on the chart right away. Tingnan natin anong mga nangyari sa market the last time we checked on it and what else can we do for the rest of the evening. Or should we just simply enjoy the Friday instead? Tingnan nga natin. All right, so let's go and jump in on this one now. Banner out, charts in. We're back to AUD USD here. So look at that. From Wednesday, sabi nga natin, if hindi kayang i-break ni AUD USD yung ating 68.64 level, then the best thing to do is to buy. We were looking at this on the lower time frame. So you're seeing this swing over to that direction already, beautifully going in that direction. So I hope you guys were able to get some buy opportunities there. Okay, so tingnan natin ano yung pwede nating bantayan dito towards the rest of the evening. So that's a beautiful spike right there on AUD USD. Tingnan nga natin. So I would say the highest will be the next one right there. Balik lang ako sa D1. Okay, so usually we are just going back to D1, which is ang mapapansin nyo, we're back at the ceiling. Oops, sorry. Wala pala yung drawing tool ko. Give me one sec. Okay, there you go. So, we would like to see if the price can go up as high as this peak right here. Right, itong area na to. Pero mukhang dito pa lang magkakaroon tayo ng medyo hesitation kay market. So, ibig sabihin kung nakabay na po kayo, pakibantayan itong 6881 level na to. Right, which is a floor level back in January. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, tinetest nyo ulit itong level na to somewhere here. Though at a point, it was broken in this level. So minsan kasi, right, tetest ulit ni market yan. Okay, so tingnan natin if kakayanin ba ito. Okay, but one thing is for sure, okay, if that won't go higher, this is a beautiful sign of a head and shoulder pattern starting here possibly, then go there. Okay, so for me personally, dahil meron tayong ganyan, if I am to go for a long position, kasi from Wednesday, nandito tayo sa area, no? Sabihin ko na lang itong purple or yung pink na area dyan tayo nung Wednesday. So ngayon, kung nakapag-buy kayo dyan sa area na yan, pagdating dito sa 6981 level, so malamang ko-close ko muna dyan, tapos mag-aantay na lang ako ng breakout, then pull back, then I could possibly go from there, right? So, yun na yung buying area ko if the price can break out of that. Pero, in most cases, I will have a zone somewhere here. So, magkakaroon tayo ng zone dito to watch out for. So, to not complicate it, let me just go and draw it for you. I will have a, no, not the fib. Wrong button, sorry. Okay. Delete muna natin to. Hey. Okay, there you go. So, magkakaroon ako ng parang rectangle dito na kung tinatawag ko or kung tawagin kong zone, right? So, if you want to have that a little higher, usually go to the lower time frame, not H4, para ma-draw yan ng ganyan. Okay? Kasi dito sa H4, makikita natin yung ano pinaka-peak niyan. While on D1, ang kukunin niya is like yung ito lang, right? So, but anyway, okay. So, drawing my zones, I usually go to H4 to have that to have a much clearer view kung ano yung tinitingnan ko or hanahanap ko dun sa part na yun. No? So, tingnan natin dito. Um, tingnan natin. Is it trying to break out of that? Yes, it is. Okay, so, 12 paper pa lang naman pala to. So, dito, pull back. Then, we have a much clearer room for the price to go there. So, the last time it was there, by the way. Okay, so this one, bumalik. Ito naman, we're actually experiencing something like this now. So, we would like to see something like this as well, definitely. Okay, pero now we have like a thicker ceiling like what happened here. So in most cases, I would like to see it break out then buy again. If not, then saka tayo magsisell dun sa area na yun. So kung hindi ito magiging successful for AUD USD tonight, there's a very good chance na what do you call this? I'll be waiting for the trading opportunity on this one on Monday na ulit, right? So it's Friday. The only thing that we're waiting for is a 10 p.m. News relating to Mr. yeah, relating to our Fed chair. Well, not necessarily our Fed chair, but the Federal Reserve's chairman, Jerome Powell. Right, so he'll have an announcement or he'll have his speech at 10 o'clock tonight. So tingnan natin ano yung magiging content nun, right? Pero usually, why do we care? If you want to check out on this one, you can simply go to Forex Factory, right? Doon yung makikita the reasons why, the usual effect, right? And sources of this high impact news. Okay, so as it is mentioned, as the head of the central bank, which actually controls, right, short-term interest rates, Mr. Powell has more influence over the nation's currency value than other persons. So ibig sabihin, kung meron siya sasabihin something aggressive relating to interest rate changes, then it could be, right, affecting the market as well. So again, this is in relation to, if not the current monetary policy stating, it could be relating to future monetary policy. So it's very, very important for us retail traders to look into this, especially kung nandun tayo sa lower time frame nagte-trade, right? Lalo na at 10 o'clock, like about an hour and a half from now. Okay, kasi may mga biglang whiplash dyan na ayaw nyong tawag dito, mapaalangan yung position nyo. So if you guys have a lower time frame trade, you might want to watch out for that and see how it goes for the rest of the evening. Okay, so that's 10 o'clock Philippine time. Fed Chair Powell speaks, and we can go and monitor what's gonna happen to the dollar. Actually, yeah, yun yung abangan natin. It won't be just AUD, okay? It would be impacting the whole dollar pairs, okay? Now, from here, tingnan natin, okay, so it could be like an early spike anticipating for that high impact news, but for now, I cannot find an entry price for myself. Tingnan nga natin sa lower time frame. That's a beautiful shooting star sana, pero that spike right there, not really enticing for a buy. My 15-minute chart did not even touch the EMA right here. So, ibig sabihin, ganito yung magiging plano ko dyan. Right? So, pag yung EMA man dito sa taas, saka lang ako papasok, dan saka tayo magbabay. At least short term papunta doon. Right? Pero pag hindi nangyari yan, then I would possibly have an early sell here on AUD-USD, anticipating for that head and shoulder pattern as I mentioned earlier, right? Yun yung gusto natin makita. So let's see how things would progress for the rest of the evening, right? So while we're waiting for that, let's look into NZD-USD as well, which has a different story, by the way. If you look at this one's below the horizontal line. So the initial bias is actually to sell, I mean, kasi syempre, price coming from here, going towards that level. So, ibig sabihin, ito nagiging ceiling or resistance. If you're familiar with support and resistance already, okay, and if you're not, then I would suggest for you to do a little research about that. There's lots of videos out there on YouTube that you can go and watch in relation to support and resistance. Okay, so watch out for or watch, I mean, and study yung horizontal support and resistance. So, as you may encounter it later on, it says that most of the time that the price reverses when it touches the ceiling or the floor. Okay? So, ito yung type ng situation na yun. So, price coming from this low or this level, umaakyat. So, this area right here becomes a resistance or a ceiling. Okay? So, in most cases, sabi nga nagre-reverse. Now, in some cases, it could break out. Okay, so if you put the statistics there, again, not as tawag dito, this is not as accurate as you want to be, but somewhere within like about 60 to 70%, sometimes in 80% chances that the price will reverse. That yun yung most of the time na sinasabi nila. So ibig sabihin, ang unang reaction natin is when it touches the ceiling or the floor, in this case the ceiling, we anticipate for a reversal more than a breakout. So kung yan yung titingnan natin, right? So, dito sa area na to, sell yung initial natin na reaction. But what we're seeing here so far is that after the breakout yesterday, kumbaga tinetest niya tong level na to, if it can really hold and become a confirmed breakout. Just like what happened here, right? Just last month. So, after the price went down, umakyat siya ulit, pero it struggles to go up right away. Pero eventually, when it stayed above, it spiked right there. So, it could be a possibility that it's doing this again. Medyo hindi lang as clear as the AUD-USD pattern, but it can look like that head and shoulder pattern as well if this can go like that. Okay, so we're just anticipating for this right shoulder right here. Kung yun yung ina-expect natin, then definitely it would be an initial buy first, at least until the next ceiling for it to become your shoulder right there, okay? Then for it to go down. Pero pag hindi naman at bumalik ito po ulit pababa, then malamang sell na kagad yung magiging bias natin, okay? So as yesterday, or from Wednesday, yun yung initial bias ko. Now, the price is not really going in that direction. Mapapansin nyo, meron na rin akong zone dito. Medyo opposite nga lang doon sa AUD-USD. Sa AUD-USD, yung zone natin nasa taas, na ito nandito sa baba. So, ibig sabihin, kung magsisell man ako, naghahanap ako ng area to sell, hanggang dito lang din yung magiging take profit ko. Right? Kasi nga, yun na, may possibility nga mag-reverse na kagaya ng nag-happen dito. Okay? So, yun yung nagiging short-term movement niya. Okay? So as much as I want to be excited here for a buy right away, dun sa initial natin nakikita na possible siyang mag-breakout, I would like to see a much better view of breakout. So far, hindi convincing yung breakout niya dito kahit yung H1 chart natin or yung short-term chart natin, pointing down pa rin siya. Okay? Kahit pumunta tayo sa 15 minutes, gusto man nating habulin yung lower time frame trade na yon, mukhang pababa pa rin siya dito. So, ibig sabihin, as much as my aggressiveness wants to kick in now and take over my conservativeness in, in this situation, alright? So, ibig sabihin, mas mag-aantay ako ng mas better setup here that can really convince me that I should go for either buy or sell, right? Either way right now, I'm not very confident on taking any position on NZD-USD. Not until it will show me a clear breakout of this for a buy or this one for a sell. Okay, it's a bit tempting, by the way. If you go to H1, there's a potential bearish engulfing there, where I'm pretty much, you guys are seeing this. If you're familiar with bar patterns or strong price action, as some people will mention it. Okay, so parang ito yung nagiging bearish engulfing natin, engulfing the previous bar. So that's a little bit interesting right there, by the way, just to take note. So, but there's about 15 minutes left on this bar until we get a new one. So I would like to see how the next bar would go. Yeah, so yun yung aabangan ko, right? So ibig sabihin, somewhere at 9 o'clock would be very interesting for me to make a decision there, whether I can go for another position before the end of the trading day today. Okay? Sorry. But anyway, yun ang titingnan natin. Alright, so from here, let me jump into GBP USD muna. Okay? And let's see what's happening here. I was anticipating for this price to go and bounce off already after touching the floor right here. So kung mapapansin nyo, almost identical yung mga situation natin. Not necessarily like same pattern, but it is very close and playing within the support or resistance level, right? So from Wednesday, look at that, it spiked already. So my expectation for today na sana was for a continuation of this move, right? At least itong area na to be, what do you call this? The follow-up of what has been happening since Monday after it touched the 1.1759 level, right? So yun yung aabangan natin dito. But this is becoming a beautiful low test bar right here, or hammer, today's bar actually. So this could be another sign for us to go for a buy next week, okay? So far on the lower time frame, you're seeing a symmetrical triangle, right? That's trying to break out of that, actually, right? Or sorry, the current price is trying to break out of that symmetrical triangle. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so kung titingnan nyo yung lower time frame dito, may konting indecision, right? If you're familiar with chart patterns, so if you're not, that's something as well that you might want to go and do a little research about. Pero if you're already familiar about it and you just have some questions, let me know in the comment section, or as always, you can go and send me a message on my Facebook account, right? I would appreciate it if you can include a screenshot and be specific with the question, right? Para mas mabilis natin ma-address. Okay? So, yeah, the symmetrical triangle means indecision in the market. So, ibig sabihin, in most cases, what I want to do there, okay, is not to trade within that symmetrical triangle. I would like to see a breakout first. That's the conservative me. In some cases, I would like to operate in this narrow spaces, okay? Pero mostly, just taking sell here, buy here, dun sa touches nung diagonal support resistance, right? Yung itong ginagawa nating diagonal line dito. Now, the conservative me wants to say, yep, I'd like to wait for a breakout. So, ibig sabihin, the most conservative way to trade this, sorry, medyo malikot yung screen, nagalaw ko yun, mouse, alright, is to wait for this low test bar to be confirmed. Then my entry price will be somewhere here. Then wait for this bounce to go. By the way, we're not trading based on this EMAs right here. So, you might say, oh, yellow below the blue. Dapat usually, ang alam ko, nagsasell dyan. Again, we're not trading with the trend here. I'm trading based on support and resistance. So, if just in case that will go and break out, it is not the EMAs ang ano natin, ang confirmation natin or what. Okay? So, gusto lang natin makita. Gusto ko lang klaruhin yan. We are trading based on support and resistance, not the EMAs right here. Okay? So, if that makes a little bit confusing to you, just delete the EMAs and look at the chart again. Look at your personal chart and remove the EMAs. Okay? Yun ang pwede nyong gawin. So, but anyway, I would like to see lower time frame movement that can convince me to get in early. H1 is looking good right here. So, pag nag-breakout ito, pwedeng short-term buy na tayo dyan early. 15 minutes is kinda medyo kinda pa rin. Hindi pa siya talaga nagko-crossover dito. So, antayin natin yan, tapos crossover doon. Tingnan natin if that could be a beautiful move for the rest of the evening. Okay? So, una, kailangan lumabas siya dun sa area ng indecision, which is the symmetrical triangle. Then from there, we can make, what do you call this? A much sound decision to go in on the trade. All right, so from here, yeah, yun ang abangan ko for GBP USD tonight. And of course, Euro USD right here, looking at this price touching the ceiling several times. But right now, it's kind of going back up again to test the 1.0008 level that I have. Pero anyways, wait, hindi gumagalaw tong chart na to. Just give me 1 sec. Let me just refresh something from my end. Okay, there you go. Yeah, medyo nag-freeze siya kanina. But anyway, so let's see. I would like to go back to D1 right here. Ano ba yung sinasabi kong resistance na to? Saan ba nanggagaling? Okay, dito po yan nanggagaling. Back to D1. This is a previous floor. Broken recently, so it's being tested now. So, yeah. So, tinetest ni buyers if they can go back above that level or they can influence the price back above the 1.008 level na yan. Pag they fail, then ibig sabihin the sellers are more stronger and could possibly dominate this move for the rest of the month. Bakit the rest of the month? And next week malapit na po matapos din si August. So tingnan natin how things would progress for Euro USD on this one. So far it has been very, very bearish. Obviously, if you look at this one, since like almost, I would say, a year and a half, roughly. Yeah, mga ganun. So, more than actually, kung January, no? Only 2 years na nga to, eh. 2 years plus na. Right? So, kung aabot to ng ganito hanggang December, right? So, napaka-bearish niya. If we go and look at the bigger picture, it has broken several lows here in the past, going back down to like about 2014. So, just out of curiosity, I would like to go and show you this. Okay, that's not the lowest price that Euro USD have dropped into. So there's still like about a 2001 level down to this area right here at 83-ish. Okay, so if that price or the recent support can be broken, I'm not saying it will go down there like about 1,500 pips in just one day, but that's the possibility if this recent floor will be broken. Okay, so pero it looks like it's kind of climbing back for a little pullback there. So tingnan natin. For me personally, as I have monitored this, if you were with me at the beginning or from last week or 2 weeks ago, we were looking at this downtrend bouncing off this Fibonacci line at 61.8. So yun na nga, nagtuloy-tuloy pababa dyan. Technically, nasa zero level pa lang tayo, which is the area where it can possibly go sideways. Alright? Or be a move for the price to go sideways. Pag yan na breakout, ibig sabihin, we could see a possibility of continuation of this downtrend. At yun na nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, magkakaroon na siya ng waves or swings or cycles pointing in that direction later on. Okay? So, that's the bigger picture. So, for now, ang pinakauna nating aabangan dito is, can the 1.008 hold? Right? If it won't, then sellers will be dominating this move for the rest of next week, possibly. If not, then baka makakita tayo ng sign dito for a little breather for Euro US, and it can go above that 1.008 level again. So, tingnan natin. For me, my bias is a sell at the beginning. Okay, pero if things would be different next week, then I would love to change that bias to buying, as this is kind of losing momentum here, right? So the last lows are becoming higher than the previous. So momentum is kind of pointing in that direction at the moment. Okay. And let's see how it goes. So I'd really love to go for a buy as well, anticipating for that move, but my EMAs are not even saying it is ready, or at least the recent price average is not ready for that move yet. Okay, so tingnan natin. Mukhang tahimik yung pinaka Friday natin ngayon, unless I'll be getting in for that NZD USD trade. Yeah, as mentioned earlier, medyo interesting siya to see. Okay, USD CAD, which is trying to break the 1.2933 level that we have set. I was anticipating for this continuation to happen on Wednesday, right? Pero sabi nga natin, right, it is coming from this floor back down to the ceiling. Sorry, baliktad. From the ceiling back to the floor here, inisip ko na yung mag-bounce back siya ulit. Pero sellers are really interested to see USD CAD price much lower than where it was. Okay? So tingnan nga natin, no? Look at the bigger picture here. Right? So, ito yung pinaka-ceiling natin dito. If, sabi nga natin, if kaya ma-breakout yan, ito yung next. Pero yung recent lang na floor ang tinitingnan natin kasi medyo magulo siya dito sa area na to. So, ito lang tinitingnan natin from Wednesday. Okay? So, Wednesday price have been broken. Right? Or nung Wednesday, this price has been broken, I mean. So, ibig sabihin, if that move can be influenced by the seller, how low can it go? It's a bit noisy here on USD CAD, as you see. So may mga areas dito and then here. So short-term trades lang talagang pinaka-ideal dito hanggang dito sa mga areas na to. So if this can continue downwards, of course, obviously, the option is for us to sell, right? And H1 is, ooh, that's a beautiful bearish engulfing a little bit. An 80 pepper, or sorry, 18 pepper move. Interesting. Short-term fib, let's see. Yun na, 50%, that's beautiful. Pero a little bit challenging itong area na to. In most cases, I will follow horizontal line support and resistance. So ibig sabihin, I could have not gotten somewhere here as well. Pero this is interesting. If the price can continue, I am looking to go short on USD CAD here, which have a much bigger room for selling than a buy at the moment. Okay, so short USD CAD if will be involved on this area right here. So tingnan natin, no. Gusto ko makita yung 15-minute chart din. Yun. A little pullback back to the EMA. So parang ganito yung gusto natin makita. Pull back to the EMA. Your EMAs will be pointing that direction. You have beautiful swing pointing downwards. So ibig sabihin, mas mataas pa rin yung probability for a sell more than a buy, right? So yun yung aabangan ko if I'll be interested on USD CAD at any time tonight, right? So tingnan natin, another one, USD CHF. We were anticipating for strong USD CHF after this breakout of this zone right here. So tingnan natin, no, how this can progress. So from Wednesday, hindi pa talaga siya bumabalik dun sa loob ng zone. So could be a buy here already. It's so difficult to say when you're seeing symmetrical triangle happening. So sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, it's like seeing that the market is undecided. Yeah, so let's see how things could progress for the rest of the evening. As always, sabi ko nga, it's always good to be confident dun sa buy or sell na kukunin nyo. Kaysa naman papasok pa sa buy position or a sell tapos hindi ka confident, i-close mo lang din. So parang yun na, dun na siya pumapasok as gambling. Kasi ikaw mismo hindi mo naintindihan kung ano nangyayari. So, might as well be confident on that decision in the first place. Kaya sa papalit-palit ka ng decision, parang gusto mo, ayaw mo, gusto mo, ayaw mo. So, that's one good sign not to take the trade anymore and move to the next one instead. Right? So, that's the best thing to do. So, in my case, I'm interested for a buy, probably for this bullish engulfing potential. Pero pag bumaba ulit ito dito, then saka tayo maghahanap ng sell this area right here will be my sell towards the next floor at 95.29. So dun tayo maghahanap ng next position. Okay? So as you notice so far, this is the most conservative way to go and pick your entry prices trading the currency market. But if you want to be a little aggressive, of course, then just click the buy or sell button without thinking of anything, right? But there's a way for you to be aggressive and not compromise those kind of stuff. So, ibig sabihin nun, may rules ka pa rin na follow. So, ang aggressive ko here would be waiting for the EMA to be below, right? Or within this gray area right here. Okay, so parang ganito yung itsura niya. May orange ka dyan, may blue ka dyan, tapos yung mga bars mo nandito rin sa ilalim. Balik siya dyan sa EMA, saka tayo magsasell. So parang ang recent price action mo would be within this zone right here, saka ka magsasell. So which is above siya pa nga ngayon. So ibig sabihin buy pa tayo as we anticipate for this price to go up there. Alright, so I hope that did make sense. Okay, so if it's not clear, again, let me know in the comment section. Send me a screenshot of your clarification on my Facebook account so we can address those things properly. Which is the price is kind of going down now. So very much interesting to see a sell there like USD CAD. Right, dollar yen. Let's go into dollar yen. 136.57 is still holding. Tingnan natin. Ito yung nga yung inaabangan natin dito. A little bit of a pullback. Right? Yun na yung abangan natin dito as we anticipate for this price to go much further, 'di ba? So pag hindi nangyari yan, ibig sabihin dito pa lang meron na tayong early attempt to buy again. At least for the last, I would say, over or almost 2016, 5 years. Dito pa lang, recently pa lang tayong nandito na umaakyat. Then that 139 level was once at least touched there. So it could be another move if not towards the end of the month kung mag-i-stay siya dito sa area na to. It's a little aggressive for me to say I am a buyer now. I'd like to see this area to be filled first. So could be a strong gold after this. Okay. So you might hear it on the way I look at USD JPY. So there's hesitation on getting in and getting involved on this one. So I would say I'd rather look at this on Monday na lang ulit. Baka sa pilitin ko siya ngayon. Friday is for relaxing. Red Horse Day, Beer Day. So kaysa pilitin natin yung you might want to chill, right? So kaysa pilitin mo siyang pumasok or pasukin dito. So you might want to like step back and say, yeah, let's enjoy Friday instead. So parang ganun yung feeling ni USD JPY. So, pero again, things could be a little different in about an hour now once we release or once we see that high impact news released. Diba? So, we could be interested, but then again, if it's Friday and you're under in the influence of any alcohol already, so I would suggest not to operate yourself into trading when you're under the influence of alcohol. That's my biggest advice there. So trading is like driving, I would say. So yun na lang. Okay? So if you're kind of hesitant, do not take the trade anymore and move to the next currency pair, which is actually what I'm doing on gold now. So ibig sabihin, we're seeing gold from here. This is the early reversal I'm anticipating for it to happen. It dropped, sad to say. We got stopped out somewhere here. Tapos it spiked back up. I was waiting for a continuation. Okay, so medyo unclear of where I want the gold to see. Actually, in fact, I want to see the gold there, pero nandito siya sa baba. So, ibig sabihin, I could be changing my bias.
Time for bed.
Thanks, Alexa. I would be, not could be, I would be changing my bias on gold on this one already. This is a beautiful 3-bar formation already, at least with about 200 pipper stop loss there, pero masyado na malayo for gold, right? For another sell, tingnan nga natin. Yeah, the 1 hourly chart is very, very enticing to see, which is from earlier. Dapat naka 2:1 ka na dito. Dito from here. Yeah, tingnan natin how we can reassess. Sandali. Again, I'm very, very interested with gold for the last few months. So I've been on watch on gold position for quite some time now. So the 9 o'clock bar is here. If this can proceed, and let's look at Euro USD. Oh, sorry, NZD USD.
This looks interesting as well. Can we possibly expect for a bearish engulfing? I could possibly expect for this one instead. Sige nga, lagay tayo ng, right, let's go for that minimum there. I'd like to see this gold happen. Sell stop. 1743.05 entry price. Stop loss natin at 1752.69. Take profit somewhere at 170 or 1723.75 would be our take profit. And this is on the 1 hourly chart. So 1700 will be the expiry. Tingnan natin if this can go. So we're there. We have a pending order. Let's see if this price can move in our favor here. Ideally, dito talaga siya dito tayo papasok eh. Sandali nga. Okay. So pag hindi ito na-trigger, by the way, pag hindi ito na-trigger, I would wait for another setup somewhere here when it touches the EMA. That's where I'll be interested again, just like what happened here. Tapos tingnan natin paano na to, right? Or anong gusto natin gawin from here. Okay? So yun si gold for now. Silver is doing what silver does. And still, I cannot find my entry price there. Pero sabi ko nga, as conservative as I want to be, last time we check, we want this price to touch here, saka tayo magde-decide. Pero malayo pa siya, so again, hindi ko muna titingnan. Crude, okay? Good news about crude, we're back below the 93 per barrel level. So ibig sabihin, sana, no? Sana bumalik siya below the $90 per barrel para maka-experience naman tayo ng konting rollback na naman ulit for next week. Pero with this week's performance, there's a very good chance that there's a little bit of an adjustment on crude's price next week. So that's something that you want to expect already because this high is higher than the one a week before. So ibig sabihin, if you look at the buyers in the market, they're likely to push crude price back again. Hopefully not back to the 120 per barrel. Sabi nga natin, hopefully the bears can really push it back below. If not, down to the 84 per barrel. Hopefully further lower. So let's see. Hopeful lang naman tayo na mas bumaba yung crude price because again, for the last few months or at least since January, last week's price was the lowest we have seen. Now it's back above the 90 level mark. So hopefully we could see this continuation here. But as far as the chart pattern is concerned, this is looking like it's gonna go there. So sana lang mas ma-push ito ng bears towards a different level for us as consumers, no? All right, but if you're buying crude, then you're in a good place if this price can go up right there if you're buying, yeah? So that's my take on crude. Bitcoin, if you guys are still holding on to your Bitcoin, nag-bounce na siya off the 2781 or 20,781 level, but it's kind of staying there. Kung mapapansin nyo, nagko-consolidate yan dyan for ilang araw na. Okay? So, please watch out for a continuation of this move right here. If you're holding on to it, I'm not quite sure how you would feel holding it further. Pero I think you were there in the past already kung nandito yan galing. So, the lowest it can go from here and kumbaga mag-iiba lang yung analysis natin if it go further than that 18,000 mark, right? So, you might want to watch out for that. Or, sorry, ang pinakamababa niya to be exact will be 17, right? Yan yung pinakamababa niya since since June, okay? So, if this Fibonacci lines can hold, the zero level I mean, so ibig sabihin we could expect a little bit of sideways here before it can break either way. Pataas pa o pababa. Okay, so if you're holding onto your Bitcoin, then have extra strength there to hold it further down below here. Pero I would say if you're doing an intraday here, the best thing to do is to sell na, right? If this breaks out, I mean, if this breaks out. Okay? So yun yung babantayan natin. All right? So, well, so far that's what we are looking at for the major currency pairs, and that's it for our Friday live market analysis. We are looking into, these are the the top currency pairs that I'm looking into. We have a few minutes left there. Let's go and jump into the yen pairs. Yung CHF yen natin, yun na nga, nag-reverse na siya. Pero anyway, medyo maalat talaga kay yen recently. Okay? Quickly lang tingnan natin, AUD if you guys are trading the yen. Recently, it has broken the symmetrical triangle, so we're back at the ceiling. So the best thing to do again is to sell. Tingnan nga natin ito. No, I'm not seeing any entry price there. NZD-JPY still nandun pa rin siya sa consolidation na yan. Euro-JPY, as we expect it to be a downtrend. Pero sabi nga natin, well, look at that. True enough. Okay, this price right here is being held by that diagonal line of ours. So, but then again, hindi ibig sabihin na nag-drawing tayo dyan, dyan talaga magbabounce yan ha. Kumbaga, area lang yan na binabantayan natin if the price can go either way, like bounce or breakout. So far, nag-narrow yung area dito. So, hopefully, i-continue niya tong downtrend na to saka tayo mag-sell, right? Looking at this one, it's very bearish here, right? So, ibig sabihin, mas malakas yung sell kesa sa buy. Yun yung nakikita ko. Pound yen, yung breakout na na-anticipate natin dito, hindi siya nag-proceed. So, oops, hindi ko pa pala natatanggal to. Right? Hindi naman siya nag-proceed dyan. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa siya ready. If you look at this one, bakit tayo nag-anticipate ng breakout? If, again, you are familiar with chart patterns, what we're seeing here is a descending triangle, right? We have a thicker floor level here. So, ibig sabihin, I was anticipating for a short-term breakout here before going for that long-term sell, right? So, yun yung nabangan natin. USD CHF, ito na nga. Ito yung ina-anticipate natin na continuation. Mukhang natamaan tayo nitong floor area na to. Tapos aakit muna bago bumagsak. Tingnan natin, no? But if you look at this on the bigger picture, like D1, we are actually trading this big sideways market. Ang tinitingnan ko po is the continuation of this. So it looks like it's not ready yet. So ibig sabihin, I won't be selling USD CHF until it reach this level. 142.96 or pag nag-breakout siya sa 141.26. So we got in a little bit too early there. Hanap tayo ng panibagong sell area naman. Okay? CAD yen is still up, struggling to break the 105.86. So ibig sabihin, I am not doing anything here kasi pwede pa siyang mag-breakout doon. So we are within this very, very narrow zone. But if you want to go for short-term trades there, this is still about an 80 pipper move, right? And sell right now is the most ideal position to go for, right? But if it breaks out, then saka tayo magpapay. Yeah? So those are my take on the yen pair. So I would say, please apply trader's discretion, right? Whatever I'm saying here so far, I hope this will serve as something that you can use as your reference, diba, for your decision making. This is not to be considered as an investment advice. This is purely general commentary only. My point of view of what the market has done for the whole week. So, ibig sabihin, kung mas-top out kayo, huwag kayo magme-message sa akin na dahil sa akin yun. So, ang sa akin lang po is, I hope I was able to help you out understand the current market condition and make your decision from there. Again, trader's discretion is advised, and if you find the analysis a little bit confusing, and it only means that you should not be taking any trades for now. So for you guys who want to like learn how to do this properly, go and reach out to me. By the way, we have a webinar of that tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you're interested to jump in on that webinar with me, just let me know so I can send you the link on Zoom. All right, so there you go. It's Friday. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening or what's left of it. I'll see you guys on Monday. Charts up. Oh yeah, speaking of which, sorry, there will be changes on the schedule of the live market review starting next week. We'll be doing that at 3 p.m. moving forward because of some changes on my schedule, right? Kasi meron tayong mga gagawin na towards the evening. Okay, so magpapalit yung schedule natin and that would be starting tomorrow, Monday. The live market review will start at 3 p.m. na. Okay? So that would be 30 to an hour depending on the number of currency pairs that we are checking. Then moving forward, if you want to join me on the evening sessions, you must attend tomorrow's session muna at 1 p.m. so you can find the reasons why we're moving the schedule forward. Right? So, yun na lang. Muna, again, please create a plan and trade your plan, not someone else's plan. And if you find trading a little bit difficult and confusing, it only means you're not doing it properly. So, from me to you guys, may the pips be with everyone. I'll see you guys in the next session. Chill. Cheers. Bye for now.